All right. Let's do some tub diving. Is that what I'm gonna call this? Tub diving. Tub time? Tub thumping? No, that's taken. Basically, some of y'all got a kick whenever I went digging through one of my tubs looking for a weapon for Marvel Legends Forge. And there were a lot of comments of, what the hell are you doing? Why aren't they all individually bagged? They're just bumping against each other. That's weird, isn't it? Paint scraping and weapons just at the bottom and everything. And I'm just kind of like, they're toys. The ones that I'm currently invested in or like to look at and everything, they're in the display. They're standing on shelves individually, you know? For things that I'm not currently displaying, they just get thrown in a container. There's some of you who are much more financially savvy or monetarily mature. When you're done with something, you sell it. Then you have money for more things, more space for displays, and somebody else gets what they wanted. So that seems very, very rational now that I say it out loud like that, but I'm not one of those people. I cannot let go because, oh man, I've been doing this for almost 30 years, and not each one, but most of the figures have a story behind them. There's a tale to be told. Each figure is a snapshot from a time in my life. Plus, on top of that, being a customizer, you never know when you're gonna need a part or a piece. This is my storage area. I'm just throwing stuff at shelves. You can see some tubs here and there, and then some random things that are gonna have to come back out because there's more tubs. So while I'm bringing everything out, I thought I've got to sort a lot of these. Might as well film what's inside. And this tub is mostly Toy Biz figures or things that I had out for a review and then threw back in. Like this Magneto, remember it? I don't know if this is the multi-pack one. It's been a long time, but we're always on the hunt for that new, bigger, better Magneto. I don't know, have we ever satisfied that? The Mafex is pretty close, and then the new Legends figure is not bad, but as far as Magnetos go, this is where I started. This is the baseline, and at this point, it's a little bit thick. It's Toy Bizified, you know what I mean? Oh, I've got a wrist coming apart. Huh, that's weird. What else we got? Doctor Strange, I guarantee his cape is down in there somewhere, but again, Toy Biz, they put so much detail into the sculpts, but looking at it through modernized or current standards, it's like, oh, they're lanky, the limbs are a bit thin, almost too many joints, like they were trying to rack up that number on the front of the package. This many points of articulation. And I'll give it to the people who are like, oh, they had so many more paint apps back in the day. And that is true, but a lot of the time it came off looking muddy and dirty, grungy, which is the feel of the line overall, you know? A lot of shadow, a lot of, I like this figure, but I like newer Doctor Stranges better. What do we got? Oh, this thing. Literally, this thing. I have a soft spot for this sculpt. It's not the most articulated, but it's imposing standing there, and it has that smoothness that I like to my thing. In fact, if it wasn't for the pecs, I'd almost use this with my Astonishing X-Men because Cassaday drew them as kind of a chunk. That's on my custom list. Eventually, I'm gonna get to the Fantastic Four as they appeared in Astonishing X-Men. Whoa! This is in here. I don't have a lot of connection to the character, but it's one of those figures that hasn't had a modern rendition. I completely forgot that it had a spring-loaded jaw. Lots of beautiful sculpt and paint shading and lines, and there's reds and greens and top of the fur and everything, but man, high crotch is how I describe a lot of Toy Biz figures. I never realized that the holes in the back formed a paw print though. I also like this Beetle figure. Oh, but it looks like one of the wing things are down in the tub somewhere. It's not your classic Beetle, but it is a big armored sumbitch. Looks like the wind up thing doesn't, oh wait. This Wendigo, when we were moving from the adjacent city to where we live now, I found the Hulk Classics wave at Walmart, all 8 of them. And since we were in the process of moving, I left them all in the package. Easier to transport, right? Why add to more tubs? So this, along with the rest of that wave, were some of the first figures that I opened up once we got settled down. And people give these a hard time, but there's a simplicity. They were trying to do the paint app thing with the darker gray on top of it, and it doesn't quite work, but it's not terrible. They were giving it the old college try. I'm missing the tail though. Again, it may be down in here somewhere. It's not as bad as this Hercules. I know I said this was a tub full of Toy Biz stuff, but it's also early Hasbro, which I still feels Toy Busy, right? I mean, this was their sculpt and everything, and Hasbro's translation of it, I guess. I remember seeing this at San Diego Comic-Con going, okay, woo, we're in good hands, but then the figure came out and this is gonna stay in the tub. Doc Samson ain't got no head. I don't know why I love this figure. It's terrible. It's when Hasbro tried to Hasbro-fy the Marvel Legends, and then they had to go away for a while. When I was younger, I had a hardcover book that collected some Hulk comic stories, and one of them featured Doc Samson. It was something about Hulk hallucinating, seeing Samson as a bad guy. So they were fighting back and forth, and Doc was trying to figure out what was going on, and finally he had to knock Hulk smooth the hell out. But it was through trickery or something. He had to... I cannot remember. I just remember loving Doc Samson because of that. So that's why I have many of these, and that's probably where the head is, in a custom pile or somewhere, or in a head tub or something. Bishop, poor, what is going on here? Oh, his butt's turned around. It should be this way, and this, and then, okay. I have no idea why it was like that. Almost too buffy? The 90s did bring a lot of muscle mass, so it wasn't bad. And at the time, it was like, holy, look at that Bishop. That is awesome. I don't know where his hair went. And I'm pretty sure this was the variant bald version that I tried to take that head and put it on the Hasbro version. And when I heated and popped that head off, the neck joint came with it. So, fodder. Parts and pieces. It was the variant because there's a red stripe on it, and the regular had yellow stripe. Oh, some of y'all are gonna hate this. What happened to Juggernaut? I loved the Toy Biz Juggernaut, but why did the arms hang down to his ankles? I think that's what I was trying to do here. Shave it down, bring the arms up, shorten them down a little bit, make them more... well, as proportionate as a Juggernaut can get. I forgot about the floaty waist though. This is still cool, but outdated. Same thing goes for Colossus. He's so little in the middle, and he still doesn't have much back. But man, did I love this figure at the time. I'm not dogging on any of these, you know? Because this is what I started out on. Well, okay, I started out on Star Wars, but what got me into Marvel was Legends and Classics. So at the time, it was like, these are amazing. But as time went on, at least I feel like things got better. So I put the better things on the shelf. It's like car design. There's an appreciation for what came before, but I want to drive a newer car, more dependable. Although it is hard to beat the Toy Biz Green Goblin. This is just packed with peanuts. Green Goblin satisfies. Really, if it wasn't for the damn hip joints, which I know a lot of people can overlook that, but since I have seen improved ones that don't just look like balls sticking out of the crotch, now that I've dug this out of the tub, I may need to go in and compare this side by side with the Hasbro, because am I gonna go through this whole tub on this video? Because this will go forever. There's a lot of figures still in here. Maybe I'll split each tub into parts. Look at that, okay. Here's the Toy Biz. Well, it's white Sasquatch, but you could use it as Wendigo if you needed to, if you wanted to. So tall and thin. Not that Hasbro got it right. I do like it better, but Sasquatch needs to be so big up here and then shorter legs, stumpier down low. Oh, and look at that. I have the regular Sasquatch version in here too. You were supposed to crunch this at the abs so this hair would lay down over his back and give him that animalistic feel, but that just made the legs longer in comparison. But it sure was cool at the time. 4 Horsemen Rhino. There's a soft spot here too, right? The Hasbro one is good. This one's good too. The exposed joints are kind of weird on the hips and the shoulders, but he has that thickness all the way down. Oh, and there too. This is another one I may have to leave out and compare side by side. Let's finish off with a good one. How about this? For a custom con, we got together and did an Exiles custom group, and one of my figures was Blink. And at the time it wasn't bad, but Hasbro's since blown this out of the water. So into the tub it went, and I don't know if I pulled the arms to use on another custom or what happened there, or if they're down here. A discarded custom. How about one more, Sabretooth? Because once again, there's the length of the limbs kind of outshine the torso, but there's something about this one. It's not beating any of my Hasbro versions, but did I customize the head on this one? I could have swore he had an open mouth originally, and maybe I closed it up. Even then, I didn't care for open mouth heads, but with Sabretooth, not too bad. He's always biting and clawing and everything else. Oh yeah, there's quite a few more figures. So consider this part 1 of Tub 1, because do have a few tubs that, again, need to be gone through, because this needs to be just the Toy Biz tub. I need to get all the Hasbro stuff out. I know I have another tub with random things that I bought just for customizing, and then another tub with Hasbro stuff that's no longer in the display. I've got the DC stuff, but these are pretty much sorted. I've got He-Man and DC Universe Classics. Oh wait, that's a custom right there. So maybe I'll have to go for this tub. Mostly though, I just wanted to do something different. I could have reviewed a figure, but I didn't feel like it. This is progress towards me getting my toys out of the bedroom so I can start redoing that room. So many birds, one stone. If you enjoyed this, let me know. And if you hate this, let me know, because they're just rubbing together. No!